Thank you so much for joining us this week, and welcome to week 2 of Camp Remax 2016. We're excited to have real estate professionals joining us from over 40 different countries today, which is so amazing. I hope you guys all enjoyed Valerie's presentation last week on some great tools and technology. My name is Amanda Ward, and I'm one of the Remax Integra training specialists, and today we're going to be talking about the importance of visuals in your marketing. Now, before we get started, I just wanted to remind you to be sure to follow us along on Twitter with @CampRemax or on our Facebook page at facebook.com/CampRemax. We are also now on Instagram at Camp Remax, and don't forget to use the hashtag Camp Remax so you can chat with your fellow campers and share your thoughts with us too. Give us a shout, let us know where you're joining in from. And also, as always, these sessions are recorded and they will be posted to facebook.com/CampRemax for you to watch later and share. So continuing with our theme for Camp Remax this year, which is the county fair, this week's topic is entertaining and educating with visuals. And what's more visual and entertaining at the fair than a clown? So here are some of the topics we will be discussing today. We're going to start off with why visual marketing is so important. As with so many things in life, you need to understand why it's important in order to do it more effectively. We're also going to be looking at social media and its impact on visual marketing. Social media has really changed our world and therefore changed the way we have to market our products and services. So we're going to look at that a little bit closer. We're also going to determine what our goal is when it comes to visuals, and I'm also going to show you a few tools that can help with your visual marketing. And lastly, of course, we'll touch on video marketing as it's a huge component of our industry. It's on the rise. It's definitely not going anywhere anytime soon. So let's get started. I'm sure most of you have heard the expression, a picture is worth 1,000 words. But when used the right way, a picture is worth so much more than that. The right image can create an impact like no other medium of communication. We remember images better and easier than text because images are stored in our long-term memory, while text is processed in our short-term memory. Visuals have been found to improve learning by up to 400%. Also, they affect learners on a cognitive level and stimulate imagination, so they enable the user to process the information much faster. In today's world, we are bombarded with images and information at a very fast rate. We have multiple social media accounts that we have to juggle, and between emails, websites, and social media, we're inundated with more information than was ever possible in the past. Studies have shown that your typical social media user consumes 285 pieces of content daily. Now, only the most dedicated social media user would actually read and watch every piece of content they receive, but those that wanted to would actually need to commit 12 hours a day to get their fill. Visuals have existed for thousands of years. The earliest known cave paintings are estimated around 38,000 years old. Now, the exact purpose of those Paleolithic cave paintings is not known, but some theories suggest that those cave paintings may have been a way of communicating with others. The first alphabet wasn't invented until roughly 4,000 years ago, so that means for thousands of years man relied on images to communicate with each other. Studies have shown that the human brain actually processes images and visuals 60,000 times faster than text. With the amount of information flashing before your eyes on social media, your brain is forced to scan that information for images so that it can process the info faster. Now again, because we store images in long-term memory, there is a much higher chance that we will remember that information better than we would had it been simple text. In a race, text just can't compete with images. It makes sense since we don't possess the ability to process words nearly as fast. It's an entirely more advanced process that our brains have to work through. As an example, at birth, a baby understands the image of their mother months before being able to understand what the word mommy means. We understand images instantly, but we have to work to process text. Now in this infograph, we see that 90% of the information sent to the brain is visual, and 93% of all human communication is visual. Again, none of this is new or recent. The human brain has always processed images ridiculously faster than words, so the recent trends in marketing shouldn't be too surprising. Did you know that over the past 16 years, the average adult attention span has dropped from 16 seconds to 8 seconds? Now that's approximately 1 second less than the attention span of a goldfish. This means that when you're marketing to your customers, you have only roughly 3 seconds to capture their attention. And that's why marketing with images is so much more efficient than simply using text. So now we have a better understanding of why visual marketing is important. Let's talk a little bit about the impact visual marketing has had on social media. The average Facebook user has approximately 120 friends and belongs to or likes about 80 different groups and pages. So if those friends and groups all updated 5 times a day, that's about 1,000 updates that you would see every day in your newsfeed. Studies prove that photos and videos drive more customer engagement with social media than text updates. On Facebook, pictures are liked at twice the rate of text. And that's only one social media platform. So with numbers like that, we start to understand the need to simplify our visual marketing. This is also why some of the newest social media networks are focusing on visual content and are highly mobile. Some great examples of these are shown here, which are Pinterest, Vine, Snapchat, and Instagram. Now, millennials have grown up in the digital age, and studies have shown that the average attention span for a millennial is as low as 5 seconds. Social media platforms like Vine, Instagram, and Snapchat all cater to that group of people specifically. Vine is a perfect example of this. It's a platform designed to share videos that are 6 seconds or less. Snapchat is also one of the newest social media apps to take off. It's a mobile messaging application, and it's used to share photos, videos, text, and drawing. Now, a study by Adweek shows that 70% of college students post to Snapchat daily, while only 46% post to Twitter daily, and a very small 11% post to Facebook. Now, there was a time when the internet was more text than images, because downloading photos took minutes and sometimes hours, so more images meant more waiting. Email was text only, and newspapers were mostly news printed on paper. But fast forward to 2015, and it's an entirely different story. Pages with images or video draw on average 94% more views than their text-only counterparts. Landing pages with video, which were actually a complete non-factor about 20 years ago, convert customers 86% more frequently than those with boring old words and motionless images. And email? Well, 65% of email readers prefer messages that are mostly images. So the balance of digital marketing has completely shifted to favor visuals over textual content. We've already discussed that the preference for visual communication has always existed, so why is it suddenly dominating the way it is? Well, the answer is speed. It's because of the high rate of information our brains are exposed to every day that we need to change the way we try to capture our audience's attention. People can and will react and take action much quicker when they see an image than they can with only text. We can grab their attention quickly, and if we can make it easy for them to react to that information, that's where the true benefits of social media marketing will shine through. So the goal when using images in your marketing is to communicate something quicker and better than you can with simple text. It's about simplifying the processing of information for our targeted audience, and content should evoke emotions that relate with the subject matter at hand. They should be cultivated to strike the correct notes for that audience that's being targeted. So let's look at some examples of this. Where do your eyes go first? Here we have an announcement that a couple is expecting a baby. Both of these are announcements that a new baby is on the way, but with the image on the left, you immediately understand the message they're trying to communicate and you feel an emotional connection. But with the announcement on the right, you have to read the entire sentence before you understand the news they're trying to relay, and it's much less personal. Well-chosen images are more effective for tugging at people's heartstrings. Both these images are for Miracle Treat Day, where $1 of each ice cream goes to Sick Kids Hospital. But if you were just scanning your social media, the image on the left doesn't really convey that, whereas the image on the right with a child's hand wearing a hospital bracelet is much more likely to have an impact. People images are perfect for getting messages across quickly in a snapshot, and they will often be shared a lot more frequently because of their direct emotional connection that they create with the person consuming that image. So therefore, the key to using images as one of our main visuals in marketing is communicating through an emotional visual connection. So think about images that make an impact. These are simple and tell a story without a text explanation, and they're shared more frequently because of that wow factor. In these images, it's clear that a crowd is celebrating the rights granted for gay marriage, and the other one shows the tributes from around the world that followed the terrorist attack in Paris. But there are no descriptions required for these. They are captivating. When it comes to posting an image on social media for real estate, try to keep things interesting. Don't simply post a photo of the front of the house and give the listing information, because that information is readily available to most consumers. Try some photography at night with a caption like, "Wouldn't it be great to come home to this beautiful home in the evening?" Or with the image on the right, you could use a caption like, "Imagine snuggling up by the fire on those cool fall days." It's about capturing people's attention by using high quality, bright, vibrant images that they have an emotional connection to. In today's world, consumers much prefer real pictures of real things taken by real people. So try to remember the 3 R's when creating content. That catches people's attention much more than the old-fashioned advertising. A great example of this is that most big brands are moving towards these kinds of images rather than the professional studio photos we're used to seeing. The image on the left is the way Coke used to advertise, whereas the image on the right is what we're seeing a lot more of, particularly on social media. So perhaps a better way to make an impact on your social network is to post a photo of your happy clients in front of their home with a "just sold" sign. That's the kind of image that people will connect with emotionally and will stand out from the rest of the photos they see on social media daily. Now let's talk a little bit more about infographics. This is another great way that we can use visuals to entertain and educate. With infographics, we can take typically boring statistical information and make it interesting with visual storytelling. The best way to enhance the effect of any photo is to add text to it. Now that's why using infographics is a great way to get the attention of the user, because it combines the information and a picture, but it's done in a way that complex information can be conveyed really clearly. Now let's talk about some great tools that can help you create some infographics and some really cool visuals in your marketing. First up is Piktochart. This is a great tool to help you turn regular information into visually appealing charts and graphs. With Piktochart, you can easily create professional-grade infographics by using a themed template. Now, additionally, the program provides tools to add interactive maps, charts, videos, and even hyperlinks. So you only have to go to www.piktochart.com to access it, and you can see what kind of cool infographics you can create. Let's take a look at one example that a realtor did create. So in this infographic, we see a snapshot of the local real estate market. It includes stats about the amount of properties sold, average sale prices over 3 years, as well as the number of closed transactions. It's a great example of how you can take fairly boring stats and turn them into colorful, visually appealing information. Now you should know that the publisher who uses infographics usually get 12% more traffic compared to those who don't. It's also important to make sure that all the facts and information you do share in an infographic can be properly verified and backed up. Next up, we also have Canva. This is another great tool for creating infographics, but also great for creating other marketing materials like flyers, social media images, postcards, posters, business cards, and a lot more. It's a great tool. It offers free access to a wide assortment of design tools and options. There's also premium options at an additional cost. With Canva, you can create and customize tons of visual content, both for social media or print purposes. Now, another fantastic way to use visuals in your marketing is by incorporating video. Video is by far the most powerful medium in all kinds of marketing platforms. Did you know that from April 2015 to November of 2015, the amount of video views on Facebook doubled from 4 billion to 8 billion views? It's also expected that by 2017, 74% of all internet traffic will be video. So let's look at 3 important rules that you should remember when creating video content. The first rule is to keep it short. We're in an era in which attention spans are getting shorter as we're flooded with all sorts of content. We have to hold our consumers very tight and grab their attention as quickly as possible. Your audience will decide whether or not to watch your video based on 2 things. The first is the thumbnail, so make sure the image that they see at the very beginning of your video is an attention-grabbing image. The second is their running time. So as a general rule, you should try to keep your videos to under 1 minute. A recent survey showed that 60% of consumers indicated that a video being too long would actually deter them from watching it at all. The second rule is to have a call to action. Now, one of the last but most important steps to include in your video is the call to action. This is where you close the deal, so to speak, and you prompt your viewer to actually do something. It's the virtual handshake with the viewer. Now, if they've watched your video all the way till the end, they've demonstrated a clear interest, or they would have stopped 10 seconds in. So now is your opportunity to ask for something in return. A call to action is the action you want that viewer to take after watching your video. The goal of this call to action is ultimately to have that site visitor give you their contact information. And the third rule to remember is in video marketing is to be the star. When people see you in a video, there's a much higher chance that they're going to watch it. I know what you're all thinking, but I don't look good on camera. Well, the truth is, guys, you look the same in person as you do on camera, and your clients are going to meet you eventually. So hard as it may be, try to get over your fears and get more comfortable in front of the camera. The key is really to just be yourself. Have some fun, show off your personality, and even infuse some humor where you can. People want to see authenticity when watching videos, so make sure you loosen up a little bit before hitting record. Now we can take a look at some tools that might help start using video in your marketing. BombBomb is a fantastic tool if you're going to start using video in your marketing efforts. They are an official Remax Launchpad partner, and because of that, there are tons of Remax branded templates already loaded in there for you. All you really have to do is hit record, pick a template, drop your video in, and hit send. It's super simple and very effective. BombBomb will actually help you get more replies to your emails because your clients can see you in the video. You have a 38% higher chance of having emails that include a video of you be opened. One of the best features of BombBomb, in my opinion, is that you can see whenever someone opens that email and when they click on your video. This allows you to really tailor your marketing efforts to those who are most engaged with your videos. Now, I myself actually use this tool when trying to promote our training sessions, and I've seen some really fantastic results with it. Another great tool for video marketing is Instagram's Hyperlapse app. Now, traditionally, time-lapse photography required you to have a tripod and the ability to stand still for hours on end. But now, things have changed thanks to this clever new Instagram app. The application lets you capture time-lapse videos while you walk around using a clever algorithm that will stitch together the images together and remove as much judder as possible. Using the app is really easy. It's the simple case of opening the app, hitting the big record button at the bottom. One tap starts the video, another tap stops the recording. Now, the best videos tend to be the ones that incorporate a lot of movement, as the impressive time-lapse effect is exaggerated. So once again, this app allows you to keep your running time short in order to achieve a higher engagement rate. It's a great tool to use if you want to showcase a new listing while keeping the running time short. Lastly, we have an app called Videolicious. It's a free app where you are able to splice together video clips and images into a short video that can be shared over your social network. The app provides a step-by-step method to building and sharing your video, which makes it easy to produce. A useful feature of this app is the ability to add voiceover within the app itself. So you can actually add voice to specific clips or photos, and it makes it the perfect way to do a demonstration video. Again, also perfect for showing off a listing. So to end off today, I'd like to leave you with these thoughts. We've seen how visual communication takes place at lightning speed in the human brain. We know that the most effective marketing is visual in nature, partly because of the speed at which consumers jump from one activity to the next on their smartphones and tablets. People are spending almost a third of every day staring at screens, and most often it's the ones we hold in the palms of our hands. We want images, videos, and lots of information that requires a very small amount of our attention. So, visual marketing isn't just a growing force in marketing, it's becoming the very essence of the way businesses connect with their customers and the way realtors can connect with their clients. Visual marketing has come to the forefront of social media. If you want to propel yourself to the top, then you have to start using the right imagery. Visual marketing went global in 2015 and stepped up its game by making video the strategy to shoot for. So make sure you get creative when it comes to educating your audience. You need to make use of the tools around you to help create the best visual marketing strategy you can. Harnessing the power of images and visuals will make your marketing more powerful and more memorable. That helps people envision you and your brand and remember you when it comes time to buy or sell. So let's summarize how to educate and entertain with visual marketing. Remember that the human brain will process images much faster than text. The goal is to communicate faster and better in order to capture your audience's attention. One of the best ways to accomplish this is to use different and memorable images. Try to think outside the box and make sure the photos you're using are bright and vibrant. They call it social media for a reason, so keep it real and keep it social. And lastly, move outside of your comfort zone and get creative with infographics and video marketing. Video is the way of the future, so make sure you don't miss out. Now, last week, Val asked you guys to post your favorite photo of a summer memory. You guys came up with some really wonderful memories and we loved seeing all the posts, so thanks so much to all of you guys who participated. These are just some of our favorites from last week. It was a really tough decision, but Camper of the Week for last week goes to Sean Augustine from Remax Synergy in Forest Lake, Minnesota. Now I really love this photo as it truly embodies summertime and it just makes you want to snuggle up in front of the fire. So thanks so much and congratulations to Sean on being our very first Camper of the Week for 2016. Now, as you guys know, every week we like to name a new Camper of the Week here at Camp Remax, and we give you a new challenge and a way to interact with us as well as each other. So there's going to be a great prize this year for Best Camper of the Week throughout the summer. It's going to be really great. As always, if you're selected as Camper of the Week, you also get your name and contact info shared with everyone attending, which is over 1,000 people from 40 different countries, so it's a fantastic networking opportunity as well. So, your challenge for next week, in keeping with our clown theme, is to post the most creative selfie you can with a clown nose. Now, feel free to really get creative with this, guys, whether you have an actual clown nose or you want to bust out your paint or your lipstick. Bonus points will be awarded for other clown accessories, so if you can get your hands on a wig or some clown shoes, definite bonus points awarded there. Make sure that you use the hashtag CampRemax, whether it's on Facebook or Twitter, and if you're posting on Instagram, make sure that you do tag Camp Remax in it. Also, feel free to go to our Facebook page and comment on other people's photos. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this session, and we look forward to seeing you all again next week, same time, same place. The word for next week is fireworks, and we're going to be talking about working with difficult people, which I'm sure we all have had some experiences with. It should be a great session, and I think you guys are really going to love it. So, have a great week, and we look forward to seeing you all here next week.